referred in your manifesto, saying there will now be the possibility of a cap on...
Hope of what we can do and hope of the way we can change things in this country. I used to be a...
Could you be in a little bit of trouble now because you were so sure of winning that you thought you could get away with a load of uncosted and half-baked policies?
No, I've never taken anything for granted.
I'm not going to stand here and put a figure. Our Prime Minister has done that now in the third election running and has got nowhere near meeting that figure.
How much will it cost to provide unmeans-tested childcare for 1.3 million children?
It will cost... It will obviously cost a lot to do so. We accept that.
I presume you have the figures?
Yes, I do.
So how much will it cost?
I'll give you the figure in a moment.
You don't know it? You're logging into your iPad here. You've announced a major policy and you don't know how much it will cost?
Can I give you the exact figure in a moment,
Is this not exactly the issue with people and the Labour Party, which came up under Gordon Brown, that we cannot trust you with our money?
Are you frustrated that so many of your core ideas, your basic principles, didn't make it into this manifesto?
Oh, come on, this is a really good manifesto. I'm glad you got it, by the way.
It doesn't include key things that you believe in, does it?
This manifesto is a product of
Sure.
the views of the Labour Party,
You have spent
of party conference decisions and of the views put forward by individuals in the shadow cabinet. But this manifesto
you
fundamentally...
You persuade the cabinet,
the
shadow cabinet...
finish
to No.
Oh, come on.
Couldn't
come on, give us a chance.
Persuade the shadow cabinet to accept your basic principle. You said in March last year that we would be more secure, more prosperous and more influential, virtually in those words, if we stayed in the European Union. And now you want to take us out of it. Can we look at something else on which you've changed your mind? Only this March in the budget, you proposed to increase national insurance contributions from the self-employed. Within a week, you'd back down from that. You accept that?
Yes, I accept that. And we very clearly stated at the time...
You see, what one's bound to say is, if I was sitting in Brussels and I was looking at you as the person I had to negotiate with, I'd think, she's a blowhard who collapses at the first sign of gunfire.
Oh, my God.
Comprehend the warped and twisted mind that sees a room packed with young children not as a scene to cherish.
Given her record on policing numbers, there have been calls for her resignation. Would you back those calls?
Indeed I would, because there's been calls made by a lot of very responsible people on this who are very worried that she was at the Home Office for all this time, presided over these cuts in police numbers, and now is saying that we have a problem. Yes, we do have a problem. We shouldn't have cut the police numbers.
So, to be clear, you would like to resign over this?
We've got an election on Thursday, and that's perhaps the best opportunity to deal with it.
We need to ensure that our police and our security and intelligence agencies have the powers they need. I mean longer prison sentences for those convicted of terrorist offences. I mean making it easier for the authorities to deport foreign terrorist suspects back to their own countries. And I mean doing more to restrict the freedom and movements of terrorist suspects when we have enough evidence to know they are a threat, but not enough evidence to prosecute them in full in court. And if our human rights laws stop us from doing it, we'll change the laws so we can do it.